Our second selection sees 20th place Southampton playing host to 14th place West Ham. And Southampton, they drew their last game away against Fulham. The Saints were under the cosh for most of the game, and looking at the stats, they should have at least one goal, but they did manage to hold firm, pick up a clean sheet, but perhaps more importantly, a point in their hopes to stay up this season. In terms of form, this draw did stop a run of 3 losses on the bounce, although the Saints are winless in their last 7 Premier League games. They host a West Ham side who drew their last match against Brighton. The Irons fell behind early in the second half when Weaver scored for the visitors. This lead would not be held for long though, as Kudus did score 7 minutes later. And from there on, despite a lot of Brighton pressure in the second period, West Ham did manage to hold on to their point. In terms of form, this does mean that the Irons are now unbeaten in 3, and some of their early season pressure is starting to dissipate for Julian Lopetegui. In terms of the head-to-head records, the last match took place in April of 2023. West Ham took a 1-0 win thanks to Agard's goal early on. And despite the pressure being on the Saints to pull out a result in their hopes to avoid relegation, they only created 0.3 XG and couldn't beat man of the match Fabianski. That win for West Ham means we're looking at pretty mixed form between these two sides. 2 wins apiece and 2 draws in their last 6 competitive meetings. My prediction for today's game is that Southampton are really having a terrible season. The most optimistic Saints fan will really be hoping with the sacking of Russell Martin that they might be able to bounce back under the new stewardship of manager Ivan Juric, but in reality they're probably championship fodder. West Ham are putting together a nice run of form, and I do fancy them to pick up at least a point in this one. I don't 100% trust that West Ham will go on to win the game, as they are very inconsistent this year, but I am happy to cover 2 of the 3 results and lay Southampton for a full stake in bet number 2.